Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're really going to dig into something I think we all deal with, setbacks.
Hmm.
And more importantly, how we can not just bounce back from them, but actually use them to become even stronger. It's like turning those roadblocks into stepping stones, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting how we're almost wired to see setbacks as purely negative, when in reality they often hold the most potential for growth.
It's so true. One of the things that really struck me while prepping for this deep dive was this idea of a closed door. Like, we encounter one and it feels so final, you know? But what if that closed door is really just redirecting you to the one you were supposed to find all along?
I like that. It's not about pretending the disappointment isn't there, but about choosing to see the possibility that might be hidden within that experience.
Right? It's like shifting from why me to, okay, what's the lesson here? Where is this experience trying to guide me?
Such a crucial shift. It makes me think of this time I got laid off from a job. Honestly, it felt devastating at the time, a huge blow. But looking back, it forced me to reevaluate my priorities and explore new paths. I actually ended up starting my own business, which I never would have had the guts to do otherwise.
Wow, talk about a closed door leading to a whole new chapter. And I bet that new path brought a level of fulfillment you wouldn't have found otherwise.
Absolutely. And that's something we keep seeing in this deep dive. Sometimes setbacks are actually redirects towards something way more fulfilling, something that really aligns with our true purpose.
Okay, so instead of defeats, we're starting to see these setbacks as opportunities.
Yeah.
But how do we actually tap into that? Where does faith play into all of this?
Well, the sources we're diving into today definitely don't shy away from the role of spiritual strength, especially when you're facing challenges. And, it's not about faith magically erasing difficulties or guaranteeing a smooth journey. It's more about finding that strength to navigate those challenges with hope and resilience. Kind of like having a compass always pointing you toward your true north, even when things get tough.
I love that analogy of a compass because it's not about avoiding the storms of life. It's about having that inner guidance to weather them and come out stronger.
Exactly. Think about it. Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor, right? It's the challenges we overcome that truly reveal our strength and resilience.
So true. And it's often in those moments when we might feel our weakest that our inner strength can actually shine through the most. There's this quote from 2 Corinthians 12:9 that comes to mind. It says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." I find that incredibly empowering.
I agree. It speaks to that idea that even when we feel like we're falling apart, there's a deeper strength available to us. And sometimes we don't even realize we have it until we're truly tested.
So we're talking about moving from that why me to what's the lesson here? But how do we actually make that shift happen? How do we go from feeling stuck and defeated to actually finding the strength to move forward?
That's where the deep dive gets really practical. It outlines some tangible steps we can take to navigate those setbacks and use them as opportunities for growth.
Okay, let's hear it. What are some of those steps?
The first step focuses on reflection and release.
Okay, so taking that time to really process what happened.
Exactly. And a really crucial part of that is forgiveness. Not necessarily for the other person involved, even though that's important too, but for yourself, because holding on to resentment or bitterness, it just keeps you stuck in that cycle of negativity.
It's like that saying, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is really a gift you give yourself.
Precisely. It's about releasing that baggage, that emotional baggage that's holding you back from moving forward. And once you've done that, you can move on to the next step, reconnecting with your why.
Reconnecting with your why. What does that look like practically?
It's about revisiting your values, your passions, your purpose. That setback, however painful it was, might be a nudge, a redirection towards a path that's more aligned with who you really are at your core.
It's a chance to realign yourself with what truly matters.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like taking a detour on a road trip.
hmm
You might end up discovering this hidden gem you never would have found if you'd stayed on the original route.
I love that analogy. Okay, so we've reflected, we've released the negativity, we've reconnected with our purpose. What's next on this comeback journey?
This is where taking action comes in. This deep dive really emphasizes small, manageable steps.
Hmm.
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you focus on the enormity of the comeback. But if you break it down into smaller, actionable steps, it becomes much more doable.
So instead of thinking I have to climb Mount Everest, it's about putting one foot in front of the other.
Exactly. And those small steps could be anything, from setting aside dedicated time each day to work on a personal project, to learning a new skill, or even just committing to a positive habit. like journaling or meditation.
It's about building that momentum, right?
Yeah.
One small win leads to another, and before you know it, you're well on your way. But let's be real. Setbacks can be isolating. We might feel alone in our struggles. Where does community fit into all of this?
That's such an important point. We're not meant to go through these challenges alone. Having a supportive network can make all the difference, whether it's family, friends, mentors, a support group, even connecting with like-minded people online. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can provide encouragement, guidance, a sense of belonging.
It's like having a cheerleading squad for your comeback journey. People who believe in you, even when you're struggling to believe in yourself.
Yes. And it's not just about receiving support, it's about offering it to others too. Helping someone else through their own challenges can be incredibly empowering as well.
There's something powerful about shared experiences, about knowing you're not alone in the struggle. Okay, so we're taking those small steps. We've got our support system in place. What else do we need to remember on this journey? It feels like that final piece of the puzzle has got to be trusting the process itself.
You got it. It's so easy to get caught up in wanting to rush through the tough parts, like get to the finish line as quickly as possible. But the real growth, it happens in that messy middle.
I can see that. It's like they say the journey is the destination. But that definitely doesn't mean it's always easy to trust that things will work out, especially when you're in the thick of it.
Absolutely. Doubt is totally natural. There will be moments of uncertainty, even fear. And this deep dive, it acknowledges those emotions, but also encourages us to not get totally bogged down by them. It's like imagine being a tightrope walker. You have to keep your eyes focused on where you're going, not on the fear of falling.
Wow, I love that visual. It's about having that unwavering belief in yourself, in your ability to get through it. But what if you do stumble? What if you do fall off that tightrope?
That's where resilience comes in. This deep dive makes it clear. Setbacks, they aren't failures. They're learning opportunities. Think about some of the most successful people out there. They've faced tons of setbacks, rejections, you name it. It's their ability to learn from those experiences, dust themselves off, and try again that truly sets them apart.
It's so true. Like that quote, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. It's about seeing those setbacks as stepping stones, to refine your approach and come back even stronger.
Exactly. And that resilience, that inner strength you build by going through those setbacks, that's what allows you to face future challenges with more confidence and wisdom.
It's like you've leveled up, you've gained new skills, and now you're ready for those bigger challenges.
Precisely. And the beautiful thing is that journey itself, even with all its twists and turns, can lead to incredible self-discovery. You learn so much about your own strength, your capacity for resilience, your ability to adapt and evolve.
It's like you said earlier, adversity really does reveal our true strength.
Yeah.
It forces us to dig deep and discover those inner resources we didn't even know we had.
Exactly. And that's something worth celebrating. This deep dive reminds us, overcoming setbacks, it's not just about bouncing back. It's about embracing the journey of becoming a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of yourself.
It's about recognizing that every challenge, every obstacle, even those closed doors, they're all opportunities for growth and transformation. And that is a powerful message to carry with us.
It really is. And if there's just one thing listeners take away from this deep dive, it's that you're capable of so much more than you realize. You have that strength, that resilience, those inner resources to navigate whatever life throws your way. Don't be afraid to embrace those challenges because they have the power to shape you into the incredible person you're meant to be.
What a powerful message to end on. Thank you so much for taking this deep dive with us today. It's been an insightful journey exploring how we can turn those setbacks into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. And for you listening, remember, you've got this. Keep exploring, keep growing, and keep embracing this incredible journey of life. Until next time.